More importantly, we got the win. I think that tops everything off. But we got the win and tied the record. Just getting closer to breaking it. Next game we got Houston, another good team playing against a great defense that they got over there. So we're gonna have to be on our details going into next week too.
What does this win sort of show you or show everyone sort of about this team? Just the grit, the ability to sort of bounce back.
I mean, we go into every game trying to win first and foremost. We all had to be on our P's and Q's. Guys stepped up in a big way. Guys played a huge role. Travis, I think we ran the ball very well. And we continued to run throughout the whole game. And then Trevor made a lot of good plays. Parker stepped up. Special teams, you had Tram. Then I think it really all started with Cam. We try to create a contagious environment. When one play goes good, let that be contagious and let that affect the next play and the next play. And then we come out on third. We come out on defense. We got an interception 2 plays later. So, and then offense capitalizing as well. I think Trevor told me they scored five times the last 5 drives or something like that, or got points. That's the momentum that we needed. Defensively, we got to do a better job on getting off the field. But great team win.
Where were you on Devon's block? Did you know what had happened right away?
No, I was rushing.
So you had no idea until after?
I heard it. Yeah. I mean, I turned around. I heard the thump. I turned around. The ball's on the ground. Jags win. I'm exhausted. Good shit.
Josh, there's always a play, a big hit, a big run. Liam mentioned that the kick at the first half of the NFL record is what ignited it. Can you feel that on the defensive unit? As you said,
100%.
What happened at halftime when you come in and your teammate on special teams lifts that, sort of ignites that?
We got to come together as a team. We got to stick to what we do best and execute the calls as being called. We can't do anything extra. If everybody does their job at a very high level, good things may happen. Good things are going to happen. And we came out. Everybody's supposed to be. We stopped them on first and second down. We stopped them on first down. Came back second and long. We knew they were going a lot of quick game. Coach called a hell of a play. Got our corner up there, and he just made his play. And that's what we needed. That's what we need all the time. And that's what's contagious. Like, just do your job and make that contagious throughout the game. And if we can do that, I think we're a hard team to beat.
What happened on the play where Trayvon got ejected?
I don't know. He swung on him. Appreciate it.
Can you just take us with you, go through those moments and onto the field?
Yeah, I think we've dealt with so many 2-minute situations with our offense before. I mean, you can harp on it. I guess Bengals game, no San Fran game, no Bengals game, no San Fran game, and the Carolina game. We've both gotten to field goal range twice right before half, and so I think that preparation leading up to this 2-minute drill was no different. I mean, Trevor does such a good job to get us into field goal range every time, so I'm expecting to go out there and kick a field goal. And I think that's a very normal thing for me is I'm always going out there thinking we're going to kick a field goal right before half. We could have the opportunity. And so, yeah, I try to stay away from everyone and just kind of gather my thoughts. My kicking net's on the opposite side of our offense, kicking toward whichever way we're going. And, I just try and, be with myself at that point. I don't want any externals. I don't want any emotion of the game, whether we score a touchdown on that drive or we take a whatever negative. That doesn't bother me. I'm in my present mindset.
You said before the season you thought somebody would break it. Has it set in that you would have won?
Not really yet, no. We went out there and you're looking at it and I'm like, crap, this is a 68-yarder. And so, you look at it and it's like, kick it straight enough, kick it long enough, and it goes in. I mean, simply put, we're playing indoors and we're on natural grass. You kick it long enough and you kick it straight enough, it's going to go in. And so me and Logan kind of had like a one-on-one right before the kick, and I said, hit this ball as hard as I can. And usually when I tell myself that, I find success. So, went out there and just let it loose. I think that's when I play my best.
During some rough times for you, right, struggles, the outside noise in terms of trying to turn against you in a sense, right? But he's never lost faith in you. How much has that meant you felt your
Yeah.
staff support through some rough times?
No, 100%. I think I was just talking to Bucky about it, and this organization from top to bottom, from front office to coaching staff to players, has instilled so much confidence in me through adversity that I've, for the first time really in my career that I've faced. And so I think when I really sit back and think about it and, they let me know how much confidence they have in me, it's forever indebted to this place. And they know how hard I work. They know how much this means to me. And for them to go out there when I'm obviously not performing my best and stand on the table for me is something I'll forever be indebted to this organization to. But I think that kind of talks about what kind of culture we have here. I think you look at this win specifically today and you think about everyone coming together as a whole and doing this and not doing this when maybe plays didn't go our way. I think that just speaks about the culture that from front office to coaching staff to players is building. Like, you see us and we go out there and win that game. And at the end of the day, a win is a win. And so, man, I'm so proud to be in this organization and be a part of something where the culture and having each other's back means something. And it's such a cool thing to be a part of.
Did you think about when you did it? Did you think about the 70-yarder at all?
No, like I said, I was just kind of in the moment. When I'm doing that stuff, it's literally like, people always ask, what do you think about before you kick? Well, you don't really think about anything. Like, you black out into a mindset of, I'm relying on my muscle memory at this point. I think a lot of kickers around the league would say that.
Did you think it was good when you hit it, and when did you know it was good?
Yeah, I kicked it straight. It kind of just stayed left middle the whole time. It didn't really draw much. My ball naturally draws a little bit if I hit it on the screws. And so, once Logan threw his arms up, like he's done that twice now, I kind of had an idea that it was going in. So, you go so far back and that ball takes a long time for it to get there. And so you don't want to ever celebrate too early before the kick goes in. And so once I saw it clear the crossbar, that's when I knew it was good. It was tough for me to tell. A lot of guys are taller than me too. So,
How long raced out to you right after the kick? What did he say to you?
man, he was just happy for me. I think that was a really cool moment for not only probably him, but for me because, like I said, maybe I haven't performed as well as I should be, and I can take accountability for that. I need to go out there and make the kicks that I was missing at times. And so for us to kind of have that moment together, it was really cool. And like I said, that kind of just ties back to the confidence that he has in me. And it was really cool just to share that moment.
How long do you expect to hold?
Probably till next week, to be honest. There's probably I'm not even joking you. Me, Logan, and Ross were just joking that a guy around the league probably broke it before the game even ended. So, no, but there's just so many talented, like I harp on this all the time when someone asks about the 70, like there's so many good kickers around this league. There's so many guys that are very, very capable of hitting that kick. It just all comes a matter of, when you get the opportunity, seizing it. So I don't doubt that someone will probably break that record at some point.
Did you feel like Liam said this kind of used everybody up and kind of started everything? Did you feel that a lot from afterwards?
Yeah, you kind of, as I've grown throughout my career, I think one thing where I've kind of realized is, as a specialist, not only punting and kicking, but just for your team, momentum plays are huge. Kicking a field goal, maybe not one to put us up points, but it gives us momentum. And I think that was, I was talking to, I think it was Ventrell at halftime, and he was like, man, that's a big momentum play for us. Way to go. And any chance that I can to just put points on the board for our team, I'm expected to go out there and do that. And, obviously I felt like I maybe had a part in the momentum, but not a huge part considering how many guys played their tails off out there and had a lot more to do with that win than I did. So,
Thanks, Jim.
yep, thank you guys.
Yeah, I felt better for sure. Feel a little bit better after getting the win though. That was a fun one. So definitely gonna feel a little bit better on this plane ride back. But it'd be nice to rest up and get off my feet for a little bit.
There's always a big hit, a sack, or a big throw, something. Liam said that Cam's kick at the end of the first half sort of ignited you guys. How did that make you feel as the leader of this team going into halftime going, all right, our kicker just hit a 68-yarder, let's go?
Yeah, it was huge. And then you look at the end of the game and how big those 3 points were. So it was huge. I think offensively we were moving the ball, but we weren't getting any points. So to be able to get a field goal there before the half and something kind of go our way and give us give us a little momentum, it was great. And then I think in the second half, obviously, we made some adjustments and we just played a lot cleaner offensively.
Was there a point when you were ill last night that you thought you might not be able to go to the
I didn't really take myself there. I was like, it's going to have to be really, really bad to not play. So I didn't really give myself that option. But, thankfully I was, feeling a little bit better by the time the game rolled around where I was going to, it would have taken a lot to keep me out of it. So, but, no, it was all good.
What did it say about the team just to be able to rally back and all the ups and downs that happened throughout the course of the game?
Yeah, I just think, the complementary aspect of our team, feeding off one another and having each other's backs. When maybe the first half, we didn't score really any points offensively, and the defense held them to 6. And then second half, we had to score more. And, I think we scored on our last, 4 or 5 drives or whatever it ended up being. So I think that's where you're seeing our team grow. And there's a lot of things that we still got to improve on and that we can do better. But, at the end of the day, you want to just win the game, find a way to win. And we were able to do that, and obviously crazy ending there, but we found a way.
Trevor, in the second half, the offensive line kept motioning to the sidelines like, hey, let's keep running the football. It was kind of funny to watch. Did they act like that in the huddle too? Like, man, let's go.
Yeah, when you can run the ball like we did today and stay on schedule and consistently have that threat of the run game and running as well as we did, that's huge. And I think those guys feed off that, and you can see them getting going. Obviously, they want to move people, run the ball. That gets them kind of in a groove. And then it was cool in the overtime drive how many times. I think we ran it like 7 times straight or something, maybe more than that. So just to see those guys continuing to step up and move the line of scrimmage when everybody in the stadium knows you're running it is pretty impressive.
At one point, you probably looked at the huddle and it's Austin and Tim, not Deani. What's going through your mind?
Just guys stepping up. That's what was really cool about today. There's a lot of guys that stepped up. It wasn't exactly what you thought it would be going into the game. Obviously, guys go down, and guys have to step up and make plays. Tim made the big play on the shallow cross. What was that? That was in the fourth quarter down there to get us kind of in field goal range and making a big play. It's cool. Tram with the big kickoff return and guys that are just ready to go no matter what. Those are guys that, haven't gotten all the opportunities, but you can see the way they prepare because they can come in and make plays. And that's, a testament to the work they put in.
How big was ETN just for this game, just to be able to keep turning the ball?
Yeah, it was huge. He played great. I think that's something that obviously we need to keep doing is keep him involved, obviously, but staying on schedule and giving him as many opportunities as possible. I thought he did some awesome things today. He played really hard, ran hard, broke a lot of tackles. The line obviously moved the line of scrimmage. It was fun to watch. Yeah. I didn't know who batted it. I saw obviously I was looking. It looked like the first part of Gino's read, wasn't open. So I saw him kind of reset, and then I'm trying to see who's over there. And then I just see the ball disappear, and that's a good feeling, especially the way the second half was. You go down and score, and then obviously they kind of went down. Our defense had to make a big play. That's cool.
Trevor, sort of away from the game weird question, but I remember when you went to Elite 11, Justin Fields DTR. When you flew in, did you practice at Bishop Gorman? And that's where DTR was. I'm just curious if you keep in touch, or that was a pretty special class that went up to Beaverton that year. I remember I covered a lot of you guys, especially in 7-on-7 as well.
Yeah, I don't keep really in much contact with some of those guys. I do, but not a ton of them. When I see them, obviously it's we have a relationship and we talk and kind of catch up. If play Justin or GTR, any of those guys, but haven't kept up with them recently. But obviously we had a great class and some good memories.
Last night, how were you guys able to overcome those mistakes you kept talking about? You made a bunch of them in the first half.
Yeah.
Clean it up in the second.
I think we just stayed in it, and we also had the understanding of offensively, we didn't have points to show for it, but we had moved the ball. I felt like our plan was really good. I felt like we had a lot of opportunities. We were running the ball pretty well, had some good stuff in the pass game, and we just shot ourselves in the foot a couple times early downs, and then some big penalties on third down that put us, third and long. So I think we all understood, like, hey, we're fine. We have all these plays out there for us. We just got to settle in and play a little smarter, and I think everybody, took that approach. Thank you all. Appreciate it.